Eva's brilliant. She's always wanting to learn. Anything she can, she's gonna learn. She cares about other people's feelings. She wants to always make sure that everyone else is okay before herself. She's fun. She has a sense of humor. Always trying to make people laugh.
Oh, Eva's a blast. Things that go through her and the questions out of her mouth. She's wise beyond her years and she's connected. She's here for a reason. She's gonna touch a lot of people somewhere.
I got married when I was 19. I didn't necessarily rush into anything, but I was still a kid. And I didn't really get to really explore too much. And I think I might have got scared a little bit.
I don't know exactly what caused it, but she kind of emotionally separated from me.
Stupid me. I found attention somewhere else. And unfortunately, I cheated on him.
I was devastated. That was probably the only way to put it. I felt ripped in half and incomplete.
And then 3 months after we got married, he had found out about it, and he moved everything out of the house while I was at work one day. We were legally separated, and we were a couple months away from a divorce. I was staying at a friend's house. I wasn't feeling very good. I wondered if I could possibly be pregnant. I got a pregnancy test. It immediately came up positive because I had been smoking 2 packs of cigarettes a day and drinking. I made an appointment with my doctor just to make sure my baby was okay. And so he sent me over to the hospital to get an ultrasound, and they told me I was 3 months pregnant. It was definitely a shock that I was that far along. I was afraid, and plus I was homeless and on the verge of getting a divorce. So I didn't really know what was gonna happen, but I had to figure it out soon because I was gonna have a baby in 6 months. I had told my sister first. She told me that she would be with me to tell my parents. As soon as I said I was pregnant, my mom got up and she was just hysterical and she was crying and she ran off into her room. My mom wanted me to give Eva up for adoption. My sister also was really pushing adoption. Some other family members were pushing abortion. Pretty much all my friends at that time were pushing abortion. Neither were options for me at all. I was gonna be a mom. You know, babies, they're so innocent and pure, and the world just wants to dispose of them. I don't get that. I don't understand that at all. There's no love in that. And there's no love in telling a woman that she has to get rid of her baby. There's no love in that. There's no support. My mom had mentioned the adoption, and she said, well, let's start looking into some local adoption agencies. She found CareNet. She talked me into coming. I was very hurt and very wounded and scared and not sure what to do next. And the women at CareNet, it was such a judgment-free zone. They didn't judge me. They wanted to love me. And they wanted to help me, and they wanted to help my baby. When a woman is pregnant and the world is literally, the entire world is against you and your baby, CareNet was right there where I needed them at the perfect time. My lawyer had said that if I had contacted Tom, then there would be a restraining order against me. It was getting really nasty. It was getting bad. I didn't want to contact him. I didn't even want to tell him I was pregnant. I had a lot of anger and resentment.
All of the so-called support we had was pushing her away from me, was pushing me away from her.
The CareNet staff was, they were really encouraging me to tell Tom about my pregnancy. And they really encouraged me to, really work on my marriage, to become a family. And I'm thinking, well, great, there's going to be a restraining order slapped on me now if I contact him. I called him from work. So he said, well, I can meet you tonight.
When Vanessa and I met for the first time after everything, there was a lot of beating around the bush and small talk at the beginning.
I apologized for everything. And I told him, I'm pregnant, and I understand if you don't want to be in our lives.
I didn't know if she wanted to get back together because she was pregnant or if she really wanted to be with. So there was all kinds of things going in my head.
He just held my hands tightly and he started tearing up and he said, I'm going to be a daddy.
That was just it. It was hope, relief, and nervousness all rolled up into one, and excitement at the fact that I was going to be a father.
Just thankful to have a husband who forgave me and loved me through all of it.
Prior to the phone call I got from Vanessa, I was at a ministry group that would get together once a month. And I met with this lady who I had a lot of respect for, and I just asked her, could you just pray over me? And she was not really aware of what was going on in my life. She knew I was struggling with something. As she was praying over me, everything was just blackness around me. It was like a vision. And then it was like out of the middle opened up like a glow. And inside this glow, I could almost see like a baby in utero. And as I'm seeing this, the lady that was praying over me, almost as if she was seeing it too, just said, I see a new hope in your life. That stuck with me, and that baby stuck with me in that vision. And then when I met with Vanessa, a new hope, it all came together. Eva Hope, it was her. She was the new hope.
Her pregnancy and her life was just so meant to be. So meant to be. She's so special. Eva is so special. Man, it's like I don't even remember life before her. I don't even want to think about that life before her. She's just brought so much. She's brought life to my life. In the beginning of our dating relationship, both of us wanted 3 children. We now have 3 children, happily married, and after all the years that we've been together, we have so much fun together. I can tell him anything and he can tell me anything, and we just really love each other a lot. How a marriage should probably be. Without CareNet, really, I have no idea where my marriage would be now. I have no idea where I would be in my life.
I believe if Vanessa would have never come to CareNet, that she would have not contacted me about her pregnancy.
Chances are I'd be a single mom at a very popular strip joint down in Nashville, Tennessee, making my living to support my daughter and me.
I might not know my daughter if it wasn't for CareNet. I might not have my wife with me if it wasn't for CareNet. It was the support, the love, and honestly, I can't put a value to that because it's more, the value is too high.
CareNet is priceless. Really. There's... so much good here. Too much good.